Hello, Kit fans, and welcome back to Talking Kit. So Wednesday, it's 8 p.m, a little bit after 8 p.m, but it's 8 p.m. nonetheless, which means it's time for another episode of Full Kit Rankers. This is where we get down and dirty, and we give you a list of 10 shirts, and we just rank them. We've got guests that come on, and just have a nice chat about 10 shirts, whether it be a player's shirts, a league shirts, a template, hint, hint, or anything like that, whichever it is that we feel like ranking this week. So, Jane this week, I am double A as always, and it's GK Sean with me this week. He was ill last week, I believe.
Yeah, had a bug.
Both ends.
Both ends had headache. Had to take some time off work. There was no energy levels for last Wednesday.
It's fine.
I was poorly sick. It was a great show. Watched it.
Oh, thank you. Well, I like the fact that you still were giving your input with the night out ratings. Always appreciated. So thanks for joining us this week. Yes, no James. He's off. Is it a work event? He said something like that. So I don't know. But I think he'll be missing the next couple of shows. He's got a gig next week. I believe he's telling some jokes. So hopefully it will just be us two and our usual fourth member of the squad, as well as some other guests. So that'll be great. Good week. I believe you've been doing some charity shop digging for shirts.
Yeah, correct? I found a fake Italy shirt with Materazzi on the back, spelled Mararazzi. I found a Stockport Signals goalkeeper top, and yeah, that's it.
But
I'm going to wear it tonight, actually. But
so this is the Stockport one you found.
Oh, there we go.
See, I'm well prepared, mate. I'm not messing about. Well prepared. So you said what they called the Stockport Signals.
Stockport Signals. It's like an amateur. It's mainly a youth team, but they have got an adults team. Signal Athletic, that's the one.
Lovely.
Don't know what mix do. Cement, maybe. Or multi-packs for Watsits.
Maybe
and there was a fake Italy shirt as well, which you probably got there.
Of course I have. So how much did that cost you?
£3.49. All for charity, though.
Well, it is, yeah, but that's not a bad pull. That's all right. Fits you.
Perfect. Like a 90s glove.
Because you for me, you're going the size down. You say, is that a small or a medium?
That's a small.
And you think smalls fit you?
I'll put it on if you want.
No, it's fine. I don't want to see it. It's absolutely fine. No, if you think it fits, that's all that matters, mate. You said this is your fake Italy shirt.
Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah.
I think it says soccer
what prompted you to get
label. Well, I saw it from the window and I just ran across the road because I thought I can see it. Didn't care about the traffic. Got closer and I thought, well, I'm not wasting a life or death chicken run across the road for nothing. So I just bought it. Again, it's for charity. It was for age concern, so £3.49.
I'm concerned at that spelling of that name, to be honest with you, mate.
I know, and the Z's a bit off as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Mararazzi. Mamarazzi. Yeah. But how much that one cost you?
£3.49.
I think you've been ripped off there a bit, mate. But that's each their own. Each their own. But good week nonetheless.
Cracking week, yeah. Can't we got knocked out of the FA Trophy though, but still top of the league. That was the only downfall.
Well, we'll move on then. I'm glad you've had a good week, mate. That's it's always good to know. So, as always, the fourth member of the squad is here with us. As everyone knows by now, he is the diva of the kit world. And there's rumours that when he found out what kits we were ranking this week, he did a Ronaldinho-style dance at how delighted he was that we were ranking these kits, which makes a lot of sense considering the shirt he's wearing tonight. It is obviously Josh, a.k.a. the Kitsman. Good evening, sir. You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. Yeah, I only realised I had this shirt a little bit before the show, actually. Found this one in York. I think it's just it's a retro store, but like a really cool skater vibe about it. And yeah, they were just selling these at the front, and I think it was going for like $29.99. The jury's out. The jury's out on the authenticity of it, but all the hallmarks are that it is real. I don't know. I genuinely think this is a real deal. Yeah, I mean, I've got a deco on the back. I mean, it's a deco one. There we go.
Oh, lovely, nice.
It's just that font there. I mean, I'm guessing that
For the Champions League.
Yeah. Is it fake? Is it real? In the comments.
Yeah, in the comments. I don't know. I've seen some. I've seen someone in the centre. I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I don't know. I've got good feelings about it. If I think anyone tells me it's fake, is that a little bit of heartbreak, isn't there? But
yeah, definitely.
We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it.
The main thing is you look absolutely stunning in it, mate. So that's all that really matters, isn't it?
It's lovely.
That's all that really matters.
Thank you, man.
We 100% need to talk about your week, don't we? Because some big stuff went down over the weekend. Was it the weekend you went down? Little trip to Manchester. You came up to our neck of the woods.
So, yeah, it was basically my sort of version of sort of a long weekend. Just got invited to Classic Football Shirts, their HQ in Hyde, which is just unbelievable. I like. You kind of run out of things to say about it. I mean, I was there. Literally just sort of like saying, that's amazing, that's amazing, that's amazing. And it gets to a point where you start annoying yourself. So you just stay quiet. No, it's an absolute, it's an empire. It's a palace. It's a fortress. It's just beautiful.
What's the oldest kit there?
That
you saw?
Oh, well, the oldest kit I saw was probably, it was a 70s Welsh shirt, I think I saw. There were some shirts in the temperature-controlled room, though, which still had the mud stains on, which was just incredible. I mean, they go into this side panel, this side room, and they've got all these shirts they take to their exhibitions. And they were telling me there was this Maradona one, Argentinian Maradona. I think it was sort of early 80s. And yeah, it's still got the stains on there. And if it gets beyond a certain temperature, it'll just come off or it'll depreciate. But yeah, no, very hard to explain it in words. Hopefully the post I put on gives you an idea as to sort of what it was like. Put some visuals on there as well. So really cool people as well. Very down to earth, very approachable. Yeah, they've got a good thing going on. Yeah.
Nice. I think the whole kit community was very envious of you with that thread, mate. I have to say. I felt like a stalker because I think you put it up on your Insta story and I was just liking every single one. I thought, he's going to think I'm stalking him at this point. Yeah. Maybe I was. Who knows?
Yeah, no, it's all good.
But no, I'm glad you had a good time, mate. Like I say, literally stone's throw away from myself. I used to actually live round the corner from there as well, so I know it very well.
Oh, really?
It is literally round the corner. Yeah, it's a wonderful place. It's wonderful.
Isn't it?
Well, I've only seen it from the outside. You've been inside, so
I know.
You obviously can tell me.
Willy Wonka's
looking forward to this week.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
looking forward to this week.
Yeah, I think so. There's nothing ready to report. I don't think this week I've got. He won't top last week. I think that's for sure. No. He's going to take a lot of beating.
Yeah, definitely. All right then. So we'll get this week's guests on. Like no James, so we have got two people to make up the five that we're running with for the show. So if you don't know, this week we are doing the T90 template. Very controversial. I love it personally. Collection I started this year. I've got 8 shirts. 1 is missing. I've got 6 up there and 1 on. I think it's a Turkey shirt I've got that's not up. So I thought why not do it? And the reason why we run this theme this week was simply because we'd agreed for someone to come on. And he actually collects T90 shirts as well. So I thought he's coming on anyway. So let's get him on and we can chat about it. Is Matt, how you doing, pal? How you doing?
All good, guys. Thanks for having me on.
No, pleasure, mate. Do you go by Matt or do you want to go by Mossy or how do you want to be known, mate?
Matt's fine. Yeah. Mossy's just
Look at that sky.
Okay.
That's beautiful, isn't it? That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
I know. If you can't tell, we've gone international again. We've got some Matt's in Portugal at the minute on holiday, which begs the question: why do you want to spend a Wednesday evening with us, mate? To be fair to you, but hey, we're happy that you are. We're more than happy that you are.
Yeah. Just the kids have gone to bed. Nothing better to do for the time being. So why not? Why not?
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. We'll talk about the shirts in a minute before we get into the list. We'll just get our next guest on. Making his second appearance. I'm glad he's come back. It's a testament to show that we're not that bad, and people do want to come back on. It's our friend Jake, aka the Kit Nerd. How are you doing, Jake? You okay?
I'm all right. Yeah, I made it here by the skin of my teeth. It's a family drama. I won't say any more other than I don't recommend Asda home grocery shopping.
Okay. There goes our sponsorship deal.
Noted. Absolutely noted. yeah. Preferred Morrison's anyway, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No one knew because you were backstage. So it's all good, mate. Don't worry about it. But thanks for coming on again, mate. We're happy that you're here and wanting to rank with us again.
No, I'm happy to be here. It's nice to be invited back again. So obviously did something good last time.
You did, mate. You definitely did. Okay, so this week, like I said, we are doing the T90 template from around 2004 to 2006. Shirts taken from that period. Obviously, Matt, you collect them. How many shirts have you got so far in your collection?
41, I want to say. 41 of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, so far. Yeah.
All the ones in the list. Do you have them?
Of the list,
Don't give any away that you might not.
No. There's a few on that I don't as of yet. Yeah, still waiting.
Ooh.
Still waiting to grab.
I'll be interested to see when we go through which ones we'll be asking. We'll definitely be asking.
Yeah.
Jake, are you a fan of this template and these shirts?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because normally if you said to me, "Do you like templates?" I'd just say no straight away. I don't like templates. I like the individuality. But actually, this template, I love it, and maybe it is a sort of nostalgic thing, but there is something about it that really speaks to me.
Yeah, Josh, you're wearing one of the shirts, but are you a fan as well? Cause a bit of
I
controversy.
appreciate them. I know how highly respected they are in the kit world. I can't say I'm sort of like overly fond or overly negative of them. I appreciate them for what they are and what they were, and I think there were some stellar shirts. And like you say, one of the better templates, one of the most known, well-renowned. But yeah, don't have any really sort of like massive feelings towards it. Put it that way.
Okay, Sean, we'll finish off for you then. What are your feelings on
them? They're very baggy. I've got the Dutch one. That's just behind you there. Back in the day when I loved baggy shirts, I loved them, but now I'm more of a skin tight fan. It's got Ronaldinho all over it, innit? That's whenever I think of the T90s, I always think of Ronaldinho. I love Ronaldinho.
May see him in the list. Coming up very soon, the 10 shirts that we have all ranked. James has ranked as well, so it is a total of 60 this week, even though he's not here. So yeah, before we get into it, if it is your first time talking kit, do be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. Do drop us a comment if you like any of the shirts, hate any of the shirts, or indifferent. Let us know either way. It's always good to get your feedback as we're going through the list. So if we're all ready, we'll get into it then. So finishing 10th on our list this week, number 10. With just 17 points overall, so coming dead last, is this shirt. And it is the Corinthians home shirt from 2006, I believe, if that's the right one I've put down. So Nike template, the T90, the first one on the list, Corinthians, sponsored by Samsung. So I had it 9th on my list. James also had it 9th. Two people had it 8th. Sean, we'll kick off for you. You were one of those people that had it 8th in your list. Let us know about the first shirt on the list tonight, this Corinthians home shirt.
It's not ugly, but it's not exciting, is it? I know templates aren't meant to be out there and individual, but it's a boring version of a template. Almost looks like it's got a little bib going on, and the sponsor just doesn't sit right in that kit. Everything's quite symmetrical, and that just, what's that word? Like a little rugby ball sphere thing. It just messes with my OCD a bit as well.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair enough. So yeah, Matt, I think you had it 8th as well in your list, pal. Is it one you've got?
I don't yet. I've made a few inquiries regarding it. Very hard. It's harder to get than some of them.
Yeah.
But like Sean said, it's a little bit boring. It's on the boring side of the template. I think the badge doesn't help that it's quite low down. If it was a little bit higher and they brought the sponsor up, it might make it a little bit better. But still, yeah, just a really, considering some that are out there, it is quite a plain one, I think.
Yeah. I think me and you both had a gentleman from Brazil, didn't we? Messaging us.
Yes. Pushing it. Yeah.
Really pushing this template onto us. I actually have the one before. This is even more playing. If you think that's playing, I actually have the one before. Which he was just absolutely plain. But yeah, I like this shirt a little bit. It wasn't last on my list, but there was definitely worse ones. One worse one for me. We'll move on then let's go to Josh. You had it one place higher than Matt and Sean in 7th on your list, mate. Tell us what you thought on this version of the T90 template.
Yeah, I like how everything fits within that outline. I must admit, it's the main features. I think the worst part about it is that Samsung. I mean, if it was out of that bounding sort of circle, then it could have been marked up a little bit. I think that is where your eyes go to straight away, which is never a good thing, I don't think, unless the sponsor's really adding something to the shirt. But I think it just looks so lost. Maybe if it was even in black, that might do something, It might just make it sort of like play into everything else that's on there. I know Samsung are that sort of blue. That is their colour, isn't it? So maybe, they were putting their foot down and no, we're not having any other colour than that, which is a shame. But no, I think for me, it's just that sponsor that's done it because it's the only thing that I think really catches your eye. Everything else is secondary to that. So I think that's the only reason as to why I scored it so low. But now I'm thinking, what did I score? 10th if I scored that 8th? Oh, all right. We will soon see. We will soon see. But yeah, no.
We will soon see.
It's all right.
And this is probably why it's come last. So we'll finish off for you then, Jake. Again, you had it one place higher than Josh in 6th on your list. So finish us off on what you think on this Corinthians home shirt.
So yeah, I agree that it is really quite plain and could be a little bit boring, and the Samsung does sort of detract from it. But the main thing that I think pushed it up for me was that guy wearing it there. I think it was possibly a Football Manager 2005, so it was the first one that wasn't Championship Manager, and he was one of the best people on there, and sort of I just have an affection towards him and Corinthians quite a bit from that time, so it's just kind of more of a nostalgic thing that puts it up higher. But I also think that plain minimalism of it isn't so bad compared to some of the others that I ranked a bit lower.
I think this was his last season before he went to West Ham with Mascherano, I think, wasn't it? They both went together. That ill-fated move kept him in the Premier League. But let's hope Neil Warnock's not watching because it'll be a kick-off on it. But yeah, there we go. Number 10 on our list. Nothing more to say on that one. The Corinthians home shirt from 2006 as modelled by Carlos Tevez. So we'll move on to the next one in our list. That got 17 points overall. Next in the list, finishing 9th, 21 points. I actually thought this one probably may have come last in the list. It is the special edition Portugal speak up, stand up, speak up, stand up, whichever way it is. You may remember the wristbands everyone was wearing back in sort of 2005. So it's a special edition shirt for that campaign, standing up against racism. I think was it led by sort of Thierry Henry? I know Wayne Rooney was big in it as well. A lot of the Nike athletes all sort of standing up and speaking up. So this was a special edition shirt. I believe there's different variations of it. I know Portugal. I've got the Portugal one with Deco. So we're matching, Josh, with our Deco love tonight.
Yeah, nice.
There was a Brazil, Netherlands, I think Barcelona had one, maybe even Arsenal. A few of the Nike sponsored teams or manufactured teams back then had it. So I picked the Portugal one just because Portugal in it. Why not? So this did come last in my list. Josh, this was also last in your list, as well as Jake. So yeah, let's start with you then, Jake. Last in your list. Give us the reasons to why that is.
I think maybe because it's really boring. It doesn't have that the outline that we were talking about on a lot of the other T90 templates. And I guess the fact that it's also the same for lots of the other clubs and things. And I say that with a hint of irony because the one I'm wearing is an MLS template one that everyone in the league got. So, I'm not really one to be saying that that's a bad thing, but it's just, I don't like half and half shirts for starters, let alone when it's just black and white and this plain. But
no,
you get an awful lot of fake ones as well.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Josh. So again, last on your list. Do you still agree with that, even after seeing the Corinthians?
Yeah, no, I just think it's this particular Portugal one wasn't so good either because I think the badge itself is, not playing into the design because I think the Holland one was fully white. So I think the Brazil one may have had a little bit of color in it, but I think the Holland one worked probably a bit better. It just kind of looks a little bit lost, doesn't it? I mean, I know it's an international shirt and it's not meant to have a sponsor, and I know also that the Nike tick is meant to be that high because it's part of it, the design. But this particular one, it's just too far away from one another. I mean, it just looks like it's just skewed too much, and there's nothing to balance it out at all. Maybe if you put a number, which is what we probably did underneath the tick, just to sort of at least give it some sort of balance, it might do it favors. I mean, it's not horrendous. It's just, I just think it. I don't know. It's just it could have been better, and for all the reasons we're probably saying, is why didn't Nike probably do that?
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying in terms of the number. I know we may see some international shirts from this template later, and they had the sort of T90 circle with the number in the middle, but for some reason these shirts didn't have that. I mean, the picture we've got, obviously the back there, but even look, so there's Ronaldo wearing it, doesn't even have the number on the front, which you would expect. Yeah, a lot of international. So I get what you're saying in that, and it does seem like it's missing something, and there's a bit too much space in there. So you're happy with your 10th place finish for that one? Yeah?
I think so. Yeah. I just think although the cause is really a good thing, I just think the shirt execution could have been better, especially because it's been done for that. But hey, everyone remembers it, don't they? It did its job, and I think it's just us as football shirt perfectionists. We just always finding ways to try and think we can make it look better. So let's stop trying to make everything better. Yeah.
James really rated this one. He had it third in his list. That'd be interesting to see why you like that so much. Sean, you had this 7th on your list. A night out rating on this one for you? Would you?
I was going to say I'd definitely wear it on a night out. As a football shirt, though, I think the grass stain gives it a bit more character. It just smacks of that Ronaldo shirt we saw a few weeks ago as well. Do you know when he was wearing it for Juve? and I wasn't a fan of that either.
Oh yeah.
Again, it just looks a bit off for the night tick by the shoulder. Yeah, it's okay.
So if you had a night out rating, what would you give it?
8.75. No, let's go 9. I'll go 9.
9.
I know Josh knows I like a black shirt.
Yeah.
But you don't like white, so it's a bit of a contrast there. How it's scored so high.
It's sort of grey, isn't it?
Oh, okay. We'll finish off with you then, Matt. You had this 5th in your list. Is it one you own?
Again, no. This is one that you get a lot of contrast about. I was told a few times it's not been commercially available, so I've always been wary about picking one up as well. You know, I probably will get one at some stage, but as Josh said, this is the first time I've really looked at it like that, and the disproportionate, you know, from where the badge is to the Nike ticket it hurts your eyes a little bit, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
As Josh said, like as perfectionists for shirts. From what I remember, it was the first sort of shirt where you get any sort of cause behind it as well. Mm-hmm. So I think that's probably why it's quite high up on my list. It was the first time you sort of saw someone say something about it and do a cause. So that was the main reason I loved it. Put it quite high up, I think.
Yeah, again, all these shirts in the list. Obviously, I own this one. So it's only last in my list just because these ones. But I actually like every single shirt on the list tonight. So I just think these better ones, like you say, there's a few things that could make it a little bit better. Probably would have made it go higher. So there we go. 9th on the list is the Portugal Stand Up Speak Up Special Edition shirt with 21 points in this week's list. We'll move on to number 8 and only beating it by 1 point with 22. I thought this may come a little bit higher. I think it's a really nice shirt. It is the Juventus away shirt from 04. So the template has got the nice yellow piping around there on this template. I put this 7th in my list. I think it's a really nice Juve shirt. James had it dead last. Again, it'd be interesting to see why he thought that. We'll kick off with you, Jake. You had it 7th on your list, mate. Tell us why that is.
Yeah, it was not. It's all right, isn't it? I think there's nothing that necessarily screams Juve about it, apart from the obvious Juve badge. But I mean, it could easily be an Arsenal away kit or anything like that. So I don't think it just links itself well to the club. I like the symmetry of the stars with the swoosh, which is quite nice, and I think the T90 works best with all as a centralized badge. So it is nice. It's just not like it doesn't link, and I didn't have anybody in mind when I saw that either. So it wasn't sort of anything iconic that sort of came along with it.
Yeah, fair enough. I know what you say. I think Arsenal did have a kit, pretty much the exact same color scheme, I believe, for this template.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know if the yellow may have been white. I can't remember, but I know they had a blue kit like this. One thing I will say about this, I bought one of these for my brother-in-law, the home shirt, and that Sky Sport sponsor is horrible. The way it's just plasticky, it's really not a nice sponsor. And I've seen it on eBay. It does get damaged quite easily as well, which isn't great. Sean, we'll come to you next. You had this 9th on your list. Let us know why, mate.
Yeah, apart from the badge, nothing says Juve, does it? When you look at it, the sponsor just looks awful. And aesthetically, when you sent it to me, I knew it was going to be in the bottom 2. It's just an ugly Serie A shirt.
Night out rating?
3.
3. All right. Yeah, fair enough. Matt, you had this 9th also. Not a fan.
Again, like Jake said, it's very similar to the Arsenal one. It doesn't scream Juventus to us at all. It is quite, again, boring compared to the other 2 that they've got. I think I don't own it again yet. It's one that I've spoken to a few people about, but not really gone, I really want that one sort of straight away. So I've held off a little bit. Yeah, it is a little bit meh in terms of the template itself. Yeah, I mean, when you sent the list through and we went through it, I kind of sent it on to my girlfriend, and she was looking at it as I was writing the list down. She went,
really?
no. She was like, I hate that out of all of them. I was like, me too.
Why are you together, mate? Makes perfect sense. We'll finish off with you, Josh. You had this second in your list, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so give us your contrasting thoughts on what everyone else has said so far regarding this shirt.
Yeah, I was a lover of the original. Well, it's not the original Juventus badge, but it's the one I know best. And I was a bit sad when it went. I think that was such a great design. I like the shirt here because of the way that everything, the yellow accents, quite liking that. I like the fact that the stars and the Nike swoosh aligned. I wasn't that fussed about the actual sponsor. I thought the sponsor did quite well. I mean, it's yellow. It fits in with the yellow accents on everywhere else, the bits which are used throughout. I also like it a lot simply because, like you folks are saying, blue, it doesn't seem like a Juventus color, and I don't really think it's like a Juventus color as such. You always think pink and your blacks and your whites and whatnot. Yeah. But I was thinking back, and I know that Kappa had a mid-90s one, and I think it had the stars here. And they've done the same, I think. Was it last year with that really ugly shirt, the blue, the white, and the yellow? So I think they're playing around with that color set. But I think out of everything, you just showed a picture earlier with Del Piero, and as a full ensemble, I think that's absolutely brilliant. I don't think there's many uses of this template that I particularly like as much, but this one, I don't know. I just think I'm a sucker for sort of like the blues and the yellows, and I think it works quite well. And also the back of the shirt as well, the way they've sort of fixed everything. I like the dark parts of the back as well. I feel like this was given a little bit more thought. And I think for me, that's sort of one thing that I think has got going for it. And out of the ones he gave us, just like that one more than 8 of the others.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that throwback to the 90s Kappa, I like that colour scheme on Juve myself. So there we go. Juventus coming 8th on the list with 22 points. They're away shirt from 04 to 06. Moving on, we'll go to number 7 in the list, and scoring 25 points overall out of a possible 60 is the Dortmund home shirt from 05 to 06. So the second shirt, I know some teams did have, a lot of teams kept the same shirts for 2 years. Some teams did change some of their shirts over the 2-year period that this template was out. 8th on my list. I think I prefer this one, the first home shirt, to this one, but it's nice with the black stripe. James had it 5th on his list. I know he's a sucker for a Dortmund shirt. We will start with you, Matt. Just you had this dead last on your list, so let us know why.
As a rule, I haven't started to collect those ones yet. I want to complete the 04, 05 mainly first.
Okay.
I just prefer the other one. There's no real other reason than I just don't know why. I much prefer the 04, 05 to it. Really. That's literally it.
Fair enough, mate. Every reason's a good reason when it comes to judging shirts. So, Jake, we'll come to you next, mate. You had this in 8th on your list. What are your thoughts on this Dortmund shirt?
I kind of do like it, just because of the yellow and the black is quite sort of iconic and synonymous, but I mean, the sponsor is pretty horrible, and the fact that they've broken up the stripe for that sponsor makes it even worse. It could have. It's a good effort. It's a good attempt. They just completely ruin the execution of it. just like it's all about that broken stripe, really, for me.
Fair enough, mate. A little bit higher for you, Josh. Fifth, middle of the pack for you.
Yeah.
Let us know why.
Yeah, I liked it simply because everything again looks like it should be there. I like the fact that the red's used again. I think we brought up a Dortmund shirt a little while ago where it had a red sponsor, and I think a lot of people were thinking to themselves, "Why are they using red?" But I think it works. It doesn't look out of place at all. In fact, it adds to it. And I know sometimes like a sponsor can really ruin a shirt, or it can send your eye straight there. Whereas this, I just think it complements it quite well. Centralized badge, common theme. Dortmund have always been edgy and cool and a really, obvious sort of neon yellow that they have. And I think this just celebrates all of their sort of hallmarks. And I really like this one. I just like everything, like even those little sort of black tip bits, almost like fangs almost, aren't they? No, I really like it. And also the center stripe. That's one thing about this template. I mean, I'm guessing the actual bib-like thing here was on all of them, right? But they had different back designs, and just like, I guess, the template they're using at the moment, where they've got that sort of split stripe down the actual arms. I mean, just down the sort of like the sides there. Do they just have? I'm pretty sure they've just sort of decided to redesign the actual. They've had design rights. Have they ever everywhere else? Am I right in saying that? They're not all the same, like the bib design, are they?
No, I think some of the 04 to 05 ones all had that sort of piping.
Okay.
I think a lot of them broke off sort of the 05, 06, didn't they? And had similar to the, like you say, the fangs and stuff like that. But I think there was a little bit of a change the second year.
Yeah, so this was like an evolutionary process, wasn't it? I think because I think it started off around about 2000-ish, but I didn't know how long the actual series like carried on for. But no, I like this one, and that's the reason I put it in a position where it is. It just seems like a better design. It almost looks like everything's been coloured in now.
We'll finish off for you then, Sean. Similar to Josh, you put this fifth. Let us know your thoughts on your night out rating.
Not very high on the night out rating. It's more like a bouncer would wear it, but I like the landing strip. As a kid, I love it. It hit me as soon as you sent the picture through. I was like, I like that more than the others. And it's kind of different to what Dortmund have been doing as well. I like the back as well. I like the back more than the front, to be honest. Maybe because the sponsor's not there. But yeah, like Josh said, the colour of the sponsor works with it, I think.
Yeah, okay, so there we go. Coming seventh in the list with 25 points. The Borussia Dortmund 05 to 06 home shirt, the Nike T90 template. Moving on to number 6 in the list with 2 points more, 27 overall, is the Valencia away shirt from 04 to 06. And I mean, it's that standard sort of red and yellow stripes that they've had for numerous years, Valencia. I put this 5th in my list. I've got quite a few Valencia shirts. One of the T90 ones there, the home shirt. James had this in 8th in his list. We will start with who should we start with? Let's start with Josh. 4th in your list, mate. Let us know what you think of this Valencia effort.
Yeah, what year was this then? Was this sort of like 04, 05, is it, or something like that? Because I'm guessing this is like another evolution of that particular template, but or is it? I don't know. I just think it's a fantastic use of colours. I think that the Catalan sort of colours that are sort of, because I'm guessing that's Valencia's Catalan, right? Or is it not? Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. I think the way that it's been used throughout, I like the way that similar to the Dortmund shirt, the split in the stripes makes way for the sponsor. The sponsor, again, just being the word mark, works really well. It's non-offensive. I like the way that the blue is. I mean, I'm guessing if you see it on a player, that blue, it looks quite prominent there, but I'm guessing on the player, it's going to be just about here almost. You're not going to see all of that blue, are you? So, no, I think it's a very well balanced shirt. No, I like the way that everything has been put down, and it looks like it's really been sculpted. Like, you can tell that there's been a few revisions of that, and they thought, no, this is the one. And I just like the way that it's been put together.
Yeah. So I think this shirt lasted the 2 years. I don't know if the second year it moved to the third shirt. I know it was a blue away shirt, or a blue shirt was added. But I know it lasted from 04 to 06 when this template was sort of out. But yeah, I agree with you. I quite like the shirt a lot. We'll move on to Matt. Let's go on to you, mate, on this one. Yeah, you had this quite high up. You had it third overall in your list, mate. So yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, I love the colorway. I think it's really balanced quite well, considering the brightness of all the colors. I think the way that they've just gone, we'll put that there and that there, along with the blue. It works.
Yeah.
Again, like Josh said, the split I think really helps it as well. I really, really like it. It's my favorite Valencia one that they did from that era.
You got this one?
No, this one again is probably the hardest one out of the 3 or 4 to get.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, fair enough, mate. Sean, let's come on to you, mate. You had this dead last. Let us know why.
Yeah, I wish I put it above the Corinthians one, to be honest. I don't like those colours together. Even if it was a home shirt for somebody, I don't like it. And for me, Valencia being a plain white team, or plain orange, or plain black, that's what I can't shift away from that. And it's too much going on for them.
Fair enough, mate. Night out rating, have you got one?
1.
What?
Oh, that
you
is
can't be wearing that in the clubs nowadays.
I think if anything, you can be letting with that. In fact, I think you're first in, mate.
Maybe
one of the festivals, but
all right, maybe
not a Wednesday on Friday.
I hope you're keeping a talking kit, like running live table of all these, which ones are ranking highest for the night out rating.
Yeah.
Oh, he flip flops so much, Jake. It's unbelievable. You won't be able to keep it. He changes every week. He scores. Dale there coming, looks like the back of a highway maintenance van. Not a fan of that one. Well, I see what you're saying. We'll finish off with you then, Jake. Yeah, you had it 9th in your list then, mate.
Yeah, I'm kind of changing my opinion on it a little bit. I was more like Sean was to begin with. Just I don't like it. It's too brash and bright, whereas the home kit is normally nice, clean, and really good. But then I was kind of listening to what Matt was saying about it, and it's kind of it does kind of work and tie in together. So like the swoosh being yellow and it all tying in with the badge, and it seems well laid out, even if I don't necessarily think that the colors are nice. I don't think I'd want to own one, but in my mind, when I see that, I see like David Silva or David Villa, and suddenly I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really sort of smart kind of kit. So I'm a complete hypocrite. And
we like a flip flop on opinion, Jake. That's the best bit about this show. When people score something so low and then they turn around and say, actually, I really like this shirt. So you're not the first. You're not the first to do it, mate. And I imagine you definitely won't be the last. But yeah, there we go. The Valencia away shirt from 04 to 06, scoring 27 points on our list this week in the T90 template kits. So we'll get into the middle of the pack now. 5th on our list with 36 points. So you start to see a bit of a jump now in terms of where these kits have been ranked by each of us. And it's this one. It's the Arsenal home shirt from 04 to 05, because I think the year after they had the maroon shirt, didn't they, for the last year at Highbury. So this was the shirt before that. And 6 in my list, 6 in James's list. Let's start with who should we start with? We're going to start with Jake. We have to because top of the pile for you, mate. Yeah, let us know why you think this is the best T90 template shirt.
It's weird because I am basically a Man United fan alongside my affiliation for Bristol City. So it's weird that I would pick this because this is the time where the United-Arsenal rivalry was the most intense.
Yeah.
But it's Thierry Henry and it's the Invincibles, and it's just that achievement and that squad and that goes really, really well. When you look at it on its own, it is a bit meh. There's a bit too much white in there, and the yellow piping isn't necessarily something you'd associate with Arsenal. But when I had a quick look, it might have been the picture you sent actually. They have the Premier League patches, and it's got the yellow on there from the champions, and so that kind of actually links in quite nicely with the design and the piping. And yeah, that's kind of almost when Thierry Henry was at his most lethal, I think, and he was just fantastic.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, mate. That classic Premier League font as well just looks great. I'm a bit jealous, obviously, Manchester United fan myself, and I think United's version of this shirt should have also had the white sort of patch for the name, and it was just obviously all red. Didn't work that well, but I think if United had that, I think it would have been a much better shirt for me, definitely. So we will move on to, let's go to Josh on this one. Yeah, you had 6 in your list, mate.
Yeah, it just reminds me of Royal Mail. It's got a real sort of real I can't look past that. It's like a Royal Mail rugby team.
Postman Pat Vieira.
There you go. That Postman Pat Vieira.
I
High five. No, I get it. It's like you say, it is the invincible season, isn't it? You say, and I mean that is whatever shirt I think they wore that season. I guess that would be cemented in minds and memories and such. But it's all right. I must admit, if there's anything I'm kind of getting from all of these shirts, when you switch them around, it's the backs of them, because they change that up so much. And maybe that's a feature going forward, because the variations in that is making me more excited about seeing these shirts than maybe the front of them, because there's so many different versions of them, and I'm really appreciating how they're arranging and organizing everything. Maybe too much. But I know apart from that, I like I said, I was just ones which were better than it, in my opinion. Again, I don't know. I think that they're just better ones. Yeah, in the block.
Cool. So you put that in the sin bin then for you, Josh.
I'll put it in the parcel bin.
Sean, let's go on to you then, mate. You had this 4th in your list. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. This is my favourite ever Arsenal shirt, this, I think. Okay. And I even love it. It looks on that picture there that is netting, where the name is, where it says Henry. And I really like that.
I think
everything on this kit has it. Everything on this kit has its place, and it just looks like it's been made with set squares and compasses, and it really does things for me. That the colours are beautiful as well. Gold piping with it all is even the sponsor. I'm not a fan of big sponsors, but the sponsor really works. I won't wear it on a night out though. I'm not a fan of red on a night out.
So what would your rating be? 0?
3, maybe.
3. Okay. So you'd nip to the shop to get some Stella in then, I guess. Other beers are a bit.
Yeah. I don't drink Stella, but.
Well, yeah, it's the first one that pops in my head. Yeah. We'll finish off with you then, Matt. And you put this 7th in your list. Yeah, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, whilst it is quite plain, it's just pure nostalgia for it, isn't it? You can't look at it without looking at maybe a bit of Vaseline wiped above the patch for Patrick Vieira. You just think him and Keane arguing in the tunnel literally before they go out. As also as Josh said, on the back, so many different variations, and it's where they started to bring in that sort of curved main font, I think, for the Premier League as well. It just works. But as a West Ham fan, and I have Spurs fans as in-laws, it can't go very high on my list otherwise.
That's
I've
absolutely
snuck
fine.
it in the house, though. It is in the collection. I snuck it in to put
You've
a
got
hang up.
it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I had to. Yeah, I got it for a
Nice.
decent price. I think I actually bought it. It's recent. I got it a couple of weeks ago, I think. Yeah, it works basically.
It does. No, you're absolutely right. And coming fifth in our list, middle of the pack, 36 points, is the Arsenal home shirt from 04 to 05. Moving on then, and we go to fourth in the list, only beating Arsenal by 1 point with 37 overall. It is the Netherlands home shirt from 04 to 06. Look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. Fourth on my list, so I seem to have got it bang on. Seventh for James. I thought you would have that higher. He's a big Netherlands fan, James. I'm surprised at that. Sean, we should write the kickoff for you because it was top of your pile. I know you said you had it earlier on. Why is this the best shirt on this template for you?
It just makes me thirsty. Look, the kit, the colour reminds me of like a really strong tangerine drink, and also the Dutch back then. What players they had: Nistelrooy, even Van der Sar. Love that keeper.
You named two. All the players. You named two of them.
Wesley Sneijder.
Okay.
Look at it.
Robin.
Robin van der Vaart as well.
Don't need to name him. The way that look, even Nistelrooy looks good in the kit, and he looks shit in kits because he don't look like a footballer. But look, it looks really nice on him there, and as a full kit as well.
Yeah, I agree. I would like. I prefer Netherlands when they wear black shorts. If it had been black shorts and black piping, I might have liked it a little bit more. But yeah,
it looks plain. It looks plain, but less said the better. I think with this, less
is more. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Night out rating for this one? Got to be 10, I'm guessing.
8.5 for night out rating.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on, we will go with. Let's go to you, Josh. 8th on your list. Give us the reasons.
I don't know. I've probably, like you said, you begin to question yourself on this show, don't you? And I'm questioning myself right now. I think that's better than I first thought. I think one of the reasons is because there is literally just two colours there. Quite like simplicity. The fact that I'm seeing it on a large screen up there as well. I'm seeing other things as well. I like the fact that the number 10 looks like it's actually stamped on. I think that's glorious. I like the way in which the actual organization is there. I think that 10, it could have been quite small and could have been put up there, but no, it's plastered slap bang in the middle. I'm guessing as well that's actually sort of using the branding style of T90 in that circular bit there. And no, I would have actually ranked that higher. Now I've seen it I've seen the little white sort of shark fin on the arm there. Any reason for that? Is it meant to be the swoosh?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because it doesn't, around the back on the other side, it doesn't show. I don't actually know what that is. A lot of them shirts had it. The PSG one I've got on now has it as well, but I don't know. Matt, maybe you can chime in here. Maybe you know the reasoning behind it.
Not a clue. I think it just has that pepper colour, doesn't it? It just stops it being so. Maybe a little bit.
They do it a lot on their pre-match ones. So like this Inter one. This is like from this season, so it's kind of a very similar thing where they just stick that bit on one arm.
Yeah.
got to be a reason, hasn't there? I bet it is something to do with swoosh in it. For them to use it all the time like that, I would assume that. And yeah, just the way that you've shown it on the back there as well, Aaron. It's really nicely well put. Yeah, I would have gone higher on this one, to be fair. So full on me.
Yeah. That's full kit rankers for you, Josh. I have to say, just quickly before we move on, my favorite ever font, the T90 one. I just love that. The numbers, absolute favorite.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Matt. Let's go with you then, mate. You had this 6th in your list. What is it? One you've got?
Yes, yeah, I do. It was I'm gonna say a 3rd one I got. I think really quite early on. I just wanted to put other ones higher, really. But what I really love is the fact that they've gone really, as Josh said, the simplicity of the way you click your fingers and they just switch color, so it's white, and then you've got the orange trim and the orange nib, all of it. Yeah, I think again, you automatically know it's Holland because it's orange. Yeah, I think it really does work. Again.
Yeah, absolutely great kit. And coming forth in our list with a total of 37 points, it's the Netherlands home shirt from 04 to 06. So we'll move on. Again, a bit of a big jump. We're in the top 3 now. All of these separated by sort of 3 points, really. It was quite tight with these next 3 shirts. So coming third with 46 points is the Brazil home shirt from 04 to 06. Second in my list, so I did. Many people may think I was going to put this first. Obviously, supporting Brazil as a national team, but no, there was one shirt better for me. I think all you guys in the panel will know which one that's probably going to be. So 4th for James. Most people scored it quite high. The only person that didn't, and we'll start with him to get his thoughts on it, is Josh, who had it in 9th.
Oh, I must have just subliminally seen the number 9 and that's just gone into my head, and I've rated it 9th. I've ranked it 9th. I mean, I think it's played havoc with my cognitive thinking. I think at this stage, what I was doing was I'd already got right. I think I'd ordered it right where I'd got my top 5, and then I struggled to make a back end 5. And it just went on colorway at this point. And I think I preferred the other ones more. I'll be completely honest with you. That is how fickle my ranking has been this week. Yeah, it is literally just the Holland shirt in it, just in different colors, and I prefer orange. There we go. There we go.
Fair enough, mate. That's absolutely fine. Don't you worry about it. We will go with Jake. Let's go with you next, mate. It was 2nd in your list, similar to myself. Let us know why you like this Brazil shirt.
It's just classic Brazil. So some of the Brazilians from that time just scream total 90 as well. So Ronaldinho, and then you've also got Kaká in there as well, and then Ronaldo himself. It's a very, very Brazil shirt, and it's also very different as a Brazil shirt at the same time, because I think that they can be quite boring. The last 10 years worth of Brazil shirts, I think if you put them in front of me, I couldn't tell you what year they were from. Yeah. But this one's quite distinctive, although it's from the template, so that helps you. But then also, like you said earlier, that the font is brilliant. The circles on the front with the numbers, that's like, we've not really seen anything like that before or since. Like, people put numbers in different places, sure, but something like putting that circle around it, and that was pure branding from a Nike point of view as well, because it just followed that total 90 branding. But they wouldn't be able to get away with that now, thanks to UEFA and FIFA rules and things like that. So the only thing I'd probably pull it down on is the fact that it's quite a garish yellow. It's not really like a Brazil yellow. It's more of a Dortmund yellow. But it's just of a time.
Yeah, no, I agree. It does seem Brazil's shirts are more sort of a warmer yellow, and this is obviously a more fluorescent kind of, like I say, that sort of more Dortmund. But everything you said there, I absolutely agree with. Sean, you also had it second in your list. Yeah, tell us what you liked about this one.
Do you know what? I don't like it as much now I've seen it.
Okay.
It just reminds me
Sure,
of Norwich
you-
City now.
Don't
Like
say
yeah,
that.
like
Don't
like,
say that.
Yeah, no. Like Josh said, I'm very fickle, and I think you all know it anyway. But all I can see now is Norwich City. The Ronaldo lifts it up a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh yeah, top three easy.
I mean, I did send you all these pictures. These shouldn't be new to you. They were sent to you, mate, to have a look at.
I know my data ran out. I didn't get that one.
Fair enough. Would you still keep it second? Are you still liking it with the blue shorts and white socks?
Yeah, do you know what? I'll stick with it. Yes, stick it second. It's a good kit.
Well, it's staying in third. It's not going anywhere. And I'm not changing the scores. But would you night out rating? Can I get one?
6.
6. Oh, I'll take that. That's not too bad. So we'll finish off with Matt then, because he had it top of the pile. Best shirt for you in the template. Tell us why, mate.
It just screams to me total 90. I think this is literally the first one I bought, and it's the reason why I would call the obsession started with chasing it down. When you just think of that team, it just screams flair. I think you think Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. You had Rivaldo still, Roberto Carlos. You had Kaká. Ridiculous, and it just
Adriano, Cafu still was he?
Yeah,
Or...
Cafu. It's crazy when you think about it. And it just reminds me of that Ole advert. I think.
Oh yeah,
they did Portugal. That is just the first, football. I think this is the reason I started the obsession was the nostalgia that comes along with this shirt in particular. It's the first, advert that I remember for football, and just thinking it was just. I watched it once and I was like, I want to see it again, and again and again. And it recently popped up on my Twitter feed, and I saved it that much. I just wanted. Yeah, it's brilliant for me. Yeah.
I definitely agree, mate. If it wasn't for this other shirt that we're going to see very soon, it would have been definitely top of the pile. Have you got a name set on yours? Have you?
I do. I know it from where Josh went at the beginning of last week. Yeah, I saw it at the beginning of lockdown. I just had to have it. Just went, yes, please. Got it, and just kicked off there.
Brilliant. So there we go. Third in our list with 46 points. The Brazil home shirt from 04 to 06. Classic one for me. I agree with everything that's pretty much been said in a positive way, not so much negative. We'll move on to number 2 in the list with 48 points. So 2 points higher than the Brazil shirt. And it is Barcelona home shirt from 05. 06, I've got maybe not 04. I think it's 04 to 06 because they had 2 variations in it. They actually had one. I think this might be the 04 to 05. I'm going to say. Yeah, so 48 points overall, third in my list. James put this higher, the highest. He put it number 1. He did put a little note saying it's just classic Barcelona. Just screams Ronaldinho when he looks at it. And he's obviously a massive fan. Sean, let's kick off with you. You had it third in your list. Tell us your thoughts on it.
I actually prefer it to the Brazil shirt, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Barcelona. And again, as soon as the picture went through, it was in the top 4. And I had to rank it. So I ranked it third, but I wish I'd ranked it second. It's a good template, to be honest. It's a good version of it, and it's Barcelona. It's unmistakable.
Yeah, good points. Jake, you had this 4th in your list. Tell us why.
It is just that sort of classic Barcelona team. I think maybe even Messi made a debut in it, perhaps, but also the fact that they don't have their sponsor on it, so it was nice and clean. I think that the badge and the swoosh is a little bit odd. So when we were looking at like the Portugal one, the Portugal badge was a lot further down, and I think that was too far. But these seem too close, but still misaligned. So I've never necessarily been a huge fan of that. But then the brilliance of Ronaldinho just pulls it back up for me, I think.
As good a reason as any for a shirt to be ranked high, mate, I think. Matt, you also had this fourth in your list. Yeah. Let us know why.
I think, as Jake said there, the badge. I think it's because they're too close together on this one. I don't know if that's the thing. If they were, a little bit further apart, it might make it a little bit better. But then it wouldn't go with the Catalan stripes of Barca. It's prime Ronaldinho. I think, as Jake said again, Messi's debut season, if that's right. I mean, it's glorious, isn't it? Really.
Do you own this one?
I do. It was the second one I got. As soon as I got the Ronaldo one, this was the one I went looking for with the Ronaldinho name set on. Which
and was it the second season they had the other version of it, didn't they, as well?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer, this one or the second one?
If I'm honest, I prefer this one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And we will finish off with you then, Josh. You had this third also, mate. Is it because you're wearing it? What is this one you're wearing, or the one?
No. Public service announcement. I'm frantically googling the shirts around this time because I'm sure this is fake now. I don't even look right. I think. Hang about. I have not been dubbed, have I? He's had my trousers down. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh no, it's not. It's not.
No.
What? Sorry about this, folks. I'm having a breakdown here. Right. What do I think of it? I like it. I love sponsorless shirts. I think there's the argument of, does a sponsorless shirt look incomplete or iconic? And I think that this argument is just sort of like decided right in front of you, because it's just Barcelona, isn't it? I mean, there's so sort of like cemented in their colour set that it can only be them, and I think that they pull it off so well. I did like the UNICEF sort of years and things like that. I thought that was great, but I think this one on its own, it doesn't need anything else. And the long sleeve as well, it just prolongs everything as well really well. I just there's not a lot you can really say about it because there isn't a lot of components there, but what components are there, it just does it so well. Right now we're seeing Barcelona being so crazy with their designs. They're going like this year, for example, is just like a pattern of the badge, isn't it, all over the shirt, and it just looks so messy. And I feel like that was not a pun. It just looks really, really sort of clumsy almost. Whereas this one, it's right
perfect.
there. So less is more in my opinion, and I don't think that's my shirt. It's really not. It's really not.
I prefer yours, Josh. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you, mate. I feel better now.
Yeah. I didn't want to see a live midlife crisis.
Oh, mate, I've had them many a time.
We've had a comment come through from XPlanet2112. Isn't the Barca shirt Josh wearing later to the template you're looking at rather than a fake T90? I think the one Josh is wearing is 2007 army period. He might be wrong. I think it is a T90 because it doesn't say 2006 on it.
Yeah. It's 06 on here. I've just not. My date parameters hasn't gone that far yet.
There we go. Second on the list, 48 points. The Barcelona home shirt from 04 to 05. Modelled beautifully by Ronaldinho, as we have seen. So that means there's one shirt left, and it came top of the pile with 49 points. So, Sean, if you did put it Barcelona second, we would have had a tie this week. So I'm kind of glad you didn't, because I've got an out-and-out winner. We all know what it is. I personally think it is the best shirt this template produced, 100%. We've seen variation of it very recently as well, rehashed, and it is the Inter Milan. It was known as the Cup shirt or third shirt or European shirt from 2000 and was it 2004 to 2006. He worked for 2 seasons, and yeah, 49 points. Myself and Josh put it top of the pile. James put it second. Josh, let's kick off with you. It's the best shirt in this template by a mile, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It really is, and it brings out the colours of it a lot more. I think a lot of the photographs you often see on photos, it does look a bit sort of like washed out, doesn't it? But that one being like it is there is just so nice. I was heartbroken when Pirelli left Inter Milan. I think as a sponsorship, I mean, that is them, you know, when we lost them, they lost sort of a bit of our identity almost. And I think this version of the shirt is really, really impressive. I like the way that, you know, the two-tone blues there work in tandem with one another. I like the colour blue, which is a huge reason as to why I like this shirt as well. But I think the yellow plays with it so well. It also celebrates Inter Milan's sort of colours. Obviously, you know, they are sort of black and blue, but there's no way you can't see that and not see Inter Milan. I just think everything is well done, and I like the way that the sort of horizontal stripes play into the actual outline of the T90 template. No, I think out of all of them, when you sent them, that's where my eyes went to first. I was always aware of the shirt, but when you're putting it in 10 other shirts that are similar to it, I think that one just sort of jumps out at me a little bit more. It's just the yellow. I think it just highlights all the right things. And to me, it's a perfect version of this template. And I think it's. Listen, there is no best shirt. There's just your best shirt, isn't there? And for me, this is my best shirt out of a lot. And I don't think anyone is right or wrong if they put this first or what.
Yeah, no, I agree. Simply because we both put it first. Sean, only 6 for you. Yeah, not so much a fan, or just other better.
No, I know my opinions are very abstract, and if you go back to the front of it, abstract and non-construct. But if you just leave the sleeves showing, it reminds me of Coventry City.
Yeah,
I can't see past it. And I'm always thinking Inter Milan vertical stripes, black and blue, and it just didn't sit right with me. I'm expecting Subaru. I'm expecting Subaru to turn up and Gordon Strachan's head to be there.
Yes,
very Darren Huckabee in it though. Yeah.
But yeah,
there's a link with Robbie Keane in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is. That £13 million move. Night out rating, I'd give it about a 7 because
that's
I think I look quite good in horizontal stripes, to be honest.
Well, even if you do say so yourself, mate. Fair enough. Yeah. Jake, 5th in your list. Tell us why.
So now I've actually had a midlife crisis twice about this shirt now. So I ranked one. I thought I'd ranked it higher than 5th, but it was just I quite like it. I really like it. I'm Inter or my Italian team, if you will. But I prefer the grey version, so the original one, like the UEFA Cup version that Ronaldo will have worn, and the recent one that they made, which was grey with the blue neck. And I think that one. I like the greyer parts, not better. But this is a very smart shirt. It is really, really quite nice. And the fact that it has Mr. Shot Power in it himself. And it is just the colours work. The fact that the sponsor of Pirelli is very iconic, but it also ties in with all that yellow, as Josh said. It's just everything is in its place quite well. The stripes work. It's all sort of well proportioned, apart from the fact that their badge is tiny.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's smart.
But yeah, so it just works. So 5th is Josh said nobody's wrong, but I was wrong.
No, you weren't, man. Well, you were a little bit wrong.
So yeah, So
Yeah,
it deserves to be higher, and it is nice and it's quite smart. And I think that when you said that night out rating, I mean, in my head, I was just like, yeah, that's just like a nice one to wear.
Definitely. So we'll finish off with you then, Matt. Second in your list, just missing out from obviously Brazil. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on the Inter Cup shirt.
It's, as you know, as Jake said there, it's proportionate, isn't it? The Pirelli seems to just fit in that one line itself almost. And then you've got the Inter badge just above, slightly, maybe a little bit askew, but still looks great. There's not too much more to say about it. I think they wore it for 2 seasons, that one. Right, and they won the Serie A that season. So then the following season, they got the little Scudetto on it as well, which sort of placed across from the swoosh. That looked really good. And it sort of pays homage, doesn't it, to I think it was the 96-97 season for Inter with Ronaldo. If I've got the years right. So, yeah, it just really works again.
Have you managed to get this one yet? I know it's a bit difficult to get hold of.
No. I've watched them on eBay and they're all going, I think the latest one was £175. It's just crazy money.
It's a good investment, though. That's your excuse, mate. When you get it, it's a good investment. That's what you need to say, man.
Yeah. When it sold, it did pop up a few weeks later for £250 on another site, and you were, as you say, investing.
Absolutely.
So there we go then. Number one in our list of the Nike T90 template shirts is the Inter Milan third cup European shirt that they wore from 04 to 06 with 49 points out of a possible 60. For me, well worthy of winning this week. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I know I've enjoyed it. Well, just do my due diligence and everyone scores, just so you know I'm not cheating. As always, spend a little bit of time on Excel, putting everyone's scores in because I've got nothing better to do on a Wednesday. But there we go. So yeah, thanks for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Jake, thanks for coming on again, mate. Really appreciated you spending your time with us on a Wednesday. Hope you've enjoyed it and you'll be back again.
I have, yes. No, thanks for having me.
Anytime,
Always
mate.
good
Anytime.
fun.
And where do you live on social media? Where can people find out more about you?
I'm all about Twitter, so Kitnerd UK. You'll find me on there talking random stuff and ranking this season's kits as well, which is a bit of good fun.
Yeah, get onto it. Matt, where can people find you? And let us know.
Yeah, I included it here. Usually it is T90 based. It's my obsession, hence why you probably have me on.
The reason why we did the episode, mate, you were coming on anyway, but then I thought, well, let's do T90. Why not?
Always chatting about random crap, really.
Which most of us
Aren't
do
we all?
on social media. Speaking of random, Josh, thanks for coming on again, mate.
Hey! It's good. It's a good joke. It's a great joke. Consistency is key.
Yeah, obviously, mate. Obviously. Thanks for coming on, spending your time with us again. Hopefully you're back next week.
Oh, every week.
That's what we like to hear. Yeah, I guess everyone knows where they can find you. You're the Grand Sultan, aren't you, of the kit community?
I'm no sultan, mate. I'm no sultan. Just find me in the usual places. I'll be hanging around. Be hanging around.
Brilliant. Thanks again. Obviously, Sean, as always, good chopping up with you, talking kit.
Look,
you're only on Instagram. When's Twitter happening? When you coming onto Twitter?
When's that happening, man?
Yeah, come on.
I've got too much going on.
Your name on it, man.
It's where all the cool
All
kids
right.
are.
I'll tell you what. By next Wednesday, I'll have a Twitter account.
Right. So that's on now. You've
It's a deadline.
That's live on YouTube. That's on the internet. So that you have to say it now. Otherwise, we're coming for you next week.
Oh, is this live? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you know the score. Right, so look out for that then. Sean's Twitter account by next Wednesday. We all look forward to that. Yeah, so time for us to go. If it is your first time talking kit, like we say, do subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 200. We're trying to get up there. So yeah, just hit it. It's for free. Don't cost anything. Help us grow. Like the video. Comment as well on any kits you liked, didn't like. Were we wrong in our rankings? Let us know. Look out very, very soon as well. We are starting up some shorter videos, so you don't see us for too much long. And yeah, some different variations on content and stuff like that we're looking to bring to you. So yeah, that's it for us. We will see you very, very soon. And just make sure that you keep it talking kit.